Okay, Taras, sir. Um, thank you for thank you. This is like the fourth try. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for making time for a small podcaster like myself, dude. When I saw your YouTube fans and your Instagram fans, I was genuinely intimidated. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, dude, this guy has how many followers or subscribers?
A fun fact is I'm actually losing Instagram's followers right now. So
Really?
yeah,
Why?
I don't know. I had like 240 back in the day. I would do
Yeah.
like giveaways a lot more often, but
Oh, okay. So, hey, dude, 180 is still a Mount Everest for us.
yeah,
And then 6.9 million subscribers on
yes,
YouTube.
yeah.
Um, I I don't know how many of those accounts are still active. Maybe those
Mhm.
people died by now. But you had a YouTube channel for a long time. So you definitely have some experience with with YouTubing and making videos and making viral videos. You
Mhm.
mentioned Tosh.0 came to your house,
Yeah, they did. Yeah, once in high school. Yeah.
did a little interview so we could talk about that. But the What Wine How Can I podcast, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. So what is being a YouTuber? What is a YouTuber life? Like if
Mhm.
you want to kind of talk about that.
Um, in a nutshell, I would say, if you're making videos
Yeah.
on a consistent basis
Mm-hmm.
and you're uploading them on YouTube, you're making YouTube videos, you're a YouTuber, whatever,
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
whether you're getting views or you're not getting views, you're just uploading video content the same way you were to share it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's just YouTube is a very large platform. There's thousands of creators out there. So, um, yeah. So,
That's just kind of
yeah.
what a YouTuber is.
Hmm.
Um, why did you decide to start? Like, how did this all begin? Do you remember the first video you made?
Yeah. So,
How did this all
I
start?
was 16 years old,
Okay.
and so the way it kind of started was back then they had it was called the PlayStation Portable, the PSP.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
so I
that.
would really I remember my dad got it to me for my birthday, and I would
Yeah.
play like all the time. And I remember like after school I would make videos like reviewing the games for it, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just fun for me because I was like
Yeah.
16, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just, I would upload it on YouTube just for fun. So it was something like, hey, I just wanted to see like, is anyone out there that would watch it? It's
Yeah.
just it was
Yeah.
cool. And then I would just do that, every few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then sometimes I would switch it up with like PlayStation 3 video game like
Mm-hmm.
reviews. So it
Mm-hmm.
started with like video games.
Okay, so
Yeah.
where did you get the idea of like uploading? Is just because you saw somebody else uploading their reviews, or you're
So
like,
I
because
had
I was
yeah.
16 once too. I never, I didn't get
Yeah.
the notion like, hey, let me upload this.
So I think I just in generally like I watched a lot of YouTube back then.
Okay, okay,
Um like I had another channel I think when I was like 14, 15 like
mm-hmm.
making I don't remember what it was like Club Penguin videos or something like that. Like there were
Okay,
like some kid games.
yeah,
So I was always kind of like on the internet.
okay,
And YouTube like I was watching YouTube back then, when it was kind
mm-hmm.
of just beginning to grow. Um and I guess it's just a lot of it had to do with like the perfect timing, just being
Okay.
there at that era, you know?
The era, dude. It's
Yeah.
because I mean, YouTube is pretty old. How long has YouTube been around now?
Yeah, so they've been around since 2005. Yeah.
2005. You jumped on the train in 2009.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
like almost brand new
Yeah.
back then.
Yep.
Um, so you started with PlayStation and PSP. Dude, that's crazy. I remember my first PSP in high school. I
Yeah.
bought it for my buddy. I was so excited playing. What the heck were we playing on it? Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that was pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started with that, and then where did it develop? When did you like, kind of start taking it more seriously?
So I'd say that after so I would do that for like I think like half a year. I
Mm-hmm.
made videos of just kind of reviews and some random stuff. So there was a website called lockers.com.
Mm-hmm.
Basically it's like where you could like win prizes and stuff. So I was making videos of that website and like hey,
Okay.
like you can sign up because it was like an invite only site and you can actually like win free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always about like I had that mentality of like wanting to get free stuff like
Yeah,
online. It
yeah.
was cool, you
Let
know,
me see what
getting
I can do for
yeah.
some
And I
free.
remember like getting the like a package in the mail where it was like a game. It was like $20, and I got
Uh,
it like for free. And I was like,
yeah,
because I did some surveys or whatever, some website, you know,
yeah,
and it was just like this, like, whoa, that's pretty cool, you know. So I guess kind of that built into the you know, making videos.
mm-hmm.
And then one time I made a video where I like dropped an iPhone on carpet and it just got like 300,000 views. And I was like, why?
What
Like,
a
yeah, it was
restart!
just like,
What?
it was like a 10-foot drop of a phone just like onto carpet, you know? And people
Yeah,
were like just watching the video, you know? So I started making those type of videos, like more into drop tests, more
yeah,
into
yeah,
kind of where the views are at, you know?
yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
crazy. So you got the most views, then you dropped a phone onto the carpet. Did anything happen to it?
No, nothing happened. It's like if I took a phone right here, like 6 feet,
Yeah,
it's like
dropped it on
nothing
the
would
carpet.
happen. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. But that's kind of when you realize that trend, if you will.
Yeah. So that was like the kind of like, I don't know if it's precursor or whatever,
Yeah.
the first video, you know, kind of the first thing that started like I started seeing that, you know, this is where people are interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, let me try and make similar content to this, like in different ways, you know.
Okay.
And I would take my phone. I remember the first phone I really experimented on was the iPhone 5.
Okay.
And I would just,
Dang, that's a dinosaur, dude.
yeah, it's old, but I took it and I remember like I do like 4 different videos with the same phone. Like I drove over it, dropped
Yeah.
it, you know, and then like burned it or something like that. And every one of those videos, like it was bad quality, like bad, like just horrible, but they got like 300, 400,000 views. And like back then, you know, with like barely any subscribers, that's a lot of views, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
It's like
yeah. For sure, dude.
so
That's
yeah.
crazy. So then I saw one of your videos where you drove for like 8 hours and you detached the phone to a drone. You put it down into it was a hole or like
Was it like a recent video?
yeah, it was
Or
more recent.
yeah, yeah. So that was in Nevada, and it was like a hot
Okay.
springs
Uh-huh.
or something like that. And yeah, basically, so that video was sponsored, but basically, yeah, the drone had the phone like dangling, and I just kind of dipped it in there
Uh-huh.
and then took it out.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, I mean, obviously, how many do you know how many videos you have posted already?
a little over 500.
500 videos.
Yeah.
That's a lot of videos. How did you come up with like all these ideas? Like
Mm.
just I mean, an iPhone's an iPhone. There's only so much you could do with it, call and text. But you use that
Mhm.
iPhone to get so many subscribers, to get so many views. Like, what kind of? Let me get in your head. Show me that process of
Mhm.
like coming up with ideas. This is what people want to watch. How did that happen?
Um.
Or is it just like the randomest thing that shoots in your
Yeah.
head?
So for the most part, all of these ideas, I don't know why, but they come to me like when I'm falling asleep. Like it's the weirdest thing. Like I'm
Really?
literally straight up like, you know, sometimes when you're like falling asleep, you have like these, I don't know, I have like random thoughts that like I don't know why I'm thinking about this, like some random stuff just going in
Yeah.
my head. And sometimes like 90% of the ideas, they like it's like I'm falling asleep and they like knock in my head like, bro, like you should put a phone in lava, you
Yeah.
know? I don't know what voice that is, but
He
but
said, bro,
anyways,
so I'm gonna do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So, and you know, like I'm like, you know, let me look on YouTube.
Yeah.
No one has made that video before, you know. So I end up doing that video and I got like 30 million views.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, it's definitely like the hardest part of it is always trying to figure out something original,
Mm-hmm.
something different so you don't repeat it a second time. Because again, you can't put an iPhone in the microwave a second time. It's not original
Yeah,
anymore, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Right, right, right.
So you have to always stay fresh. But and especially yeah, like even now in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
it's a trend that's, you know, it's definitely kind of on the downhill.
Okay.
So you always have to be like on the next big thing, you know. And I did pool videos for a period of time
Okay.
where I would like fill a pool full of Coke and then 1,000 pounds of dry ice and then slime and then just other stuff. And then I moved into like car videos for a little bit where I like filled up the gas tank with like Coca-Cola,
Okay.
and just, you know, the fuel pump died, whatever. But
Different drinks.
yeah, just different things.
Hold up, dude. So, like, that's a lot of money. And then you don't
Yeah.
have to tell me how much you spent if you don't want to. But how many cars did you kill? Like going through all that stuff, or did you reuse the
I
same car?
think it was like 6 cars, but they
Okay.
were all like under a thousand
Beaters.
dollars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So roughly like the same price of like an iPhone, you know?
Okay. Okay,
So
that
it's
makes sense.
kind of fairly reasonable.
Okay.
Um, but if it's more of a like I have to go somewhere to make this video,
Mm-hmm.
then obviously that's where it's like more
More
expensive, you
expensive.
know?
Okay. Dude, that's pretty crazy. You honestly sound like a genius because when I hear geniuses speak or tell their stories, they usually get their greatest thoughts when they're going to sleep.
I don't know. Yeah, dude, I don't
I'm
know. I don't
serious.
know.
So you
I
probably
mean, the thing is, like, I wasn't that good in high school and stuff like that.
yeah.
So it's more of like, I guess it's like creativity and trying to always like read what the next hot thing is. Like even with the fidget spinner trend,
Mm-hmm.
they had like when it was popping on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
some guys they took the toy from like China, a whole bunch of them, and they started selling it in Walmart, and they were earning $300,000 a month,
Mm-hmm.
just off a little like package
Fidget
of
spinners.
fidget spinners, yeah, for like $2 each or
Yeah,
whatever. And
yeah.
now it's like the face masks. There's trucks I've seen with like their phone numbers.
Yeah.
Like we make custom
Face
whatever. Yeah,
masks.
and it's like trying to hop on the next new thing and then capitalizing on it. So
See, that's like a lot of moving parts. You're always going
yeah,
to be on top of the
but
thing.
yeah, it's difficult, for sure. So
So when you were making, obviously you started by yourself, recording, and it when you were making all these videos, did you have a team kind of to help you, or were you mostly by yourself and then just had a couple buddies with you?
so the way I started was by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have my friend like from my high school who would always help me
Mm-hmm.
sometimes with like my videos. And then it kind of moved on to this other guy who would like long term really help me like for my church.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we would make the videos, like we made a lot of videos, together, and we still kind of do sometimes. And then sometimes I'll make videos on my own if I can do it on my own.
Okay. Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the moment when how Tosh.0 got a hold of you. We were
Mm.
talking earlier, and personally, Tosh.0 is not funny at all. And that's the funny part is that it's not funny.
Yeah, it's not. It's
I
not.
like I don't know how that
Mm.
guy became so popular. Um, it's crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah. It's
but
crazy because I remember watching the episode, like when they emailed me, like, "Hey, like you're in the interview, whatever,"
yeah, yeah,
and I watched it. And I'm like, "This, it's not funny. It's not like it's just
yeah,
not funny. Like funny as home, America's Funniest Home Videos. Yeah, The Office.
yeah.
That's funny, but that show, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that show was not funny. The commentary is not funny.
Yeah.
So after we're done bashing on Tosh.0, how did they reach out to you? How did all that happen? Was that like, were you gaining like a crazy amount of subscribers? Kind of fill me in on that.
So I wouldn't say I gained like any subscribers really.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of they just emailed me and they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, like we want to, shoot a little tiny segment."
Uh-huh.
And that little segment was so one of the phones that I like destroyed with a hammer, the
Mm-hmm.
battery exploded like in my face and it just started smoking.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and then I was like, like, "Hey, Michael, grab the Febreze or something," and it
yeah.
just became like a meme or something, back then. Um,
Oh,
yeah, and they
dude.
used that
Now,
little bit. They used that little bit, and that was kind of like the whole highlight of their. That's why they put it in the show.
oh,
So
okay. That's crazy. Now that you say that, I think I've probably seen that battery exploding in the face. I'm gonna have to check it out, dude. That's funny.
yeah, and yeah,
So they played that video and Tosh.0 did some crazy funny commentary
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So and it was like a little, 2-minute thing integration.
Okay, got you.
So
So after Tosh.0, did it help you? Did other people reach out
uh,
or was just
I think it
whatever?
was just whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
no real like big difference.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I mean most of the difference was just the video. It's like the videos you make.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, it's like I don't think that did anything.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So the what obviously is just a YouTuber that makes videos. Um the why you were I guess a kid started making videos. Were you ever kind of inspired after seeing these followers, these subscribers? Were you like, I can make something out of this? what was kind of your plan for the future?
Like when I just kind of started,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't know. Like I didn't have a plan, you know?
Okay, it was just kind
Um,
of a thing.
yeah, I was doing it, but I do remember that like when I had the opportunity, so it started like when I started making videos, I actually like I wasn't making any money at all. Like the first 50 videos or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't have my channel monetized right away. It was just kind of for fun, you know, and I was still 16, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
17. But then they had like this partnership program. So it was still kind of a long time ago. So they had different things back then.
Mm-hmm.
But then like my videos started getting monetized, and that's where it was like, well, like just even, you know,
Motivated you.
motivated, yeah, grew the passion even more. Like, hey, like I'm gonna get serious into, you know, trying to make these videos, you know.
Okay.
And then every time, you know, there's a video and it gets like 10,000 views, it's like, whoa, like, man, I got to step it up again and again. And, you know, you keep trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
beat those records, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool. So getting monetized now that you have this following, I know you just graduated, right?
right.
This
Yeah.
summer, so
Yeah.
congratulations on
Thank
that.
you. Thank you, man.
Yeah, so you graduated with a degree in business,
Hmm.
focused on marketing. I mean, honestly, it sounds perfect for you because you kind of I I can see that you can tell the market kind of what people are following, and you try to you like you were saying you try to stay up to date. You try to
Hmm.
stay up to date, kind of what's popular, what's popping,
Right. Right.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So what made you kind of want to go get that degree? Was it because of this, or was it something else?
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say for sure that it was related to, you know, the videos that I do, because I was thinking like marketing, you know, in generally speaking, like I liked the classes I was taking there, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
I can relate it to kind of what I'm doing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started as accounting. I wanted to do accounting, but then I was like, all the number crunching, I'm not trying to do that, you know, for every
Yeah.
single day. And you know, like everyone I knew just hated it. Like they either quit it or it's just like a grind that they're
Same,
wasting their
dude.
life away, you know?
Agreed.
Switch to
You'd
finance
rather be
major.
accounting
Yeah,
money than
exactly.
your own money than somebody
And
else's.
you're never gonna be like, it'll take you years and years to kind of even get on that, like to become like, I think it's like a partner or something
Right.
that
Yeah.
within accounting. But yeah, so then I went kind of the marketing route, and then yeah, but I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with that degree. You know, it's just
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
like I wanted to have that degree.
I mean,
So
it probably is good experience. Just you kind of have the field experience
yeah,
from your
hmm,
account, and now having the book experience to back up your field experience. You have the practical side. Now you have the theory, and kind of incorporate those two together. Probably get like 1,000 bazillion subscribers. You know,
hmm.
if you put your mind to it. So, how important is consistency on YouTube?
That's by far the most important thing.
Okay.
Like if there's anything, like even more than like quality, even if your quality is bad, but you're
Yeah.
making videos like every single 3 days, no matter what, for like a month, for 2 months, you're gonna get 300 subscribers. You're gonna get 400, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like there'll be that guy, you know, or a few people, and they're gonna be like, just want to watch this guy because I know, like, I kind of like that style, you know, even if
And
it's
I
like a
know he's gonna
little,
keep coming.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. That's like what basically set everything, you know, off with my channel. And
Mm-hmm.
that would be like the number one recommendation, you know, to always be consistent no matter what. Like at least set it to like once a week or
Mm-hmm.
once a month. Like if you, but have that, you know, like
Have that
deadline,
okay,
yeah,
have the
for
deadline.
yourself. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you were saying at the beginning you posted videos like one every couple weeks, and
Hmm.
then the phone video falling on the carpet took off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy. But after that you realize that like, hey, this is what's up. This is what people want to see.
Hmm.
What was the most often that you posted videos then?
So in 2016, I was
Yeah.
making videos like 2, 3 videos a week.
Uh-huh.
And so back then there was a trend where, like, basically, I don't know why these videos were this popular, but I would just take a phone and I would wrap it in like bacon,
Mm-hmm.
wrap it in chocolate, like make a Lego case out of it, like just do different things. And
Yeah.
I would just drop the phone to see if it survives. So, like making like a custom case almost, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
And those videos
So
were just
crazy.
blowing up like 5, 6, 7 million views every video. And it got to a point where it's like, we're like just knocking these videos out, you know, and they're
Yeah.
getting these crazy views.
Yeah.
But like if you were to make that right now, like it's non-exist, like it's not gonna get any views, you know? So
That,
it just shows you like with the trends, how
yeah.
like you have to be on top of the newest things. But yeah, that kind of made it easy. It was kind of that recipe right there. So for like half the year, we were making kind of these videos, like me and
Hmm.
my friend. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
great. You said that they would get no views. I almost would want to like try one of those videos, a phone, or just
yeah,
just to see the difference then and the difference
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Maybe there's some new technology coming out. Like I don't even what's the new technology coming out? Like a Tesla, but that's way too much money. Um.
Yeah.
So so the how can I part? How can some we talked about consistency, but
Mhm.
I mean I see every almost on a daily basis there's a kid starting a channel and trying to post videos. um how can somebody become a YouTuber? What do they have to look for? What do they have to do?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like any kid out there right now, like
Yeah.
they're already on social media. um they all have the opportunity to do,
Mm-hmm.
to have like whatever a fan base. I'm sure a lot of them they do. I mean, like you look nowadays on TikTok, all that,
Right.
they're basically like, if you don't have a TikTok in their class, they're not even like cool. So it's like,
That's true.
it's almost as if like, yeah, there's more competition, which makes it more tougher, but you can easily like reach that if you really like work for it. But is it exactly healthy or safe nowadays? It's like there's so much social media. I don't know. So
That's actually a very
yeah,
good
so
point, dude. Because I mean, back in middle school, I remember like if you had a shuffle, do you remember the iPod
yeah,
Shuffle?
I do.
You
Yeah,
were a cool kid with the iPod
exactly.
Shuffle, dude.
Yeah,
Now you're
yeah.
the cool kid if you have an iPhone 11, brand spanking fresh, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, times have changed. But you bring up a very good point.
Mm,
Is like internet or social media safety.
mhm,
There's a bunch of bullying, and there's like even myself. I mean, we have barely any subscribers or likes, but people try to reach out, and with like if I told you some of the stories, like it's crazy. The people like literally crazy people try to reach out,
mm,
and
yeah.
they just tell you crazy things. And thank God I'm an adult that kind of thinks straight, so I can kind of discern and tell the difference.
Mhm,
But like I can imagine like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old having a YouTube account or something. Somebody reaches out and they go out doing. I mean, and unfortunately we've heard those type of stories, right?
yeah.
Where kids end up killing themselves or somebody else because they met
Yeah, yeah.
somebody online. So that's a very valuable point actually. Um,
And
so
just in general, they're
yeah.
living on the internet. They're like, it's just that generation. Like it was back then, it was kind of video games.
Hmm.
But now it's just like you're just absorbed in all of that. Um,
Everything is
yeah.
online,
So
dude. It's
not
crazy.
necessarily good. I honestly think like that's not good. But then again, like, it kind of like I'm grateful that, I had the opportunity of doing that.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to tell. Like, where is it going to be 20 years from now? Like all this type of stuff, the social media. Like, are we going to be living like with projections and TVs everywhere? Like, and
Right. Are we gonna
or
be
what?
holographic or holograms or
Yeah.
dude? Remember
So
holographic basketball cards?
yeah, yeah,
That
I do.
was
Yeah, that was the
see
stuff.
that was the style back
Yeah,
then. Um,
exactly. Yeah,
that's crazy.
like yeah.
I mean, with all the new like Elon Musk has deployed all those Starlight satellites, so who knows what that technology can do?
Hmm.
Honestly, I have no idea. When you hear Elon Musk talking, like half the stuff is just like, what is he talking about? And he has it all in his brain.
Hmm.
Um, but hey, thank you so much for making time and kind of sharing your story and coming on and sharing your insight. I love what you said at the end about internet safety,
Hmm.
and that I think that's something important for if there's any kids watching for you guys to kind of to realize that there's crazy people out there and there's crazy people out there to kind of to get you. So just please be careful. We all want to be YouTubers, have fun, like use this platform in a fun way for other people, for ourselves, but always safety.
Hmm.
Also, I like the fact that you went back and got a degree and you knew what you wanted to be.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
podcast is a little bit about trying to help people or trying to prevent people from getting degrees in something that they're going to regret later.
Right.
Like you said, you want to do accounting. You did some research. Everybody hates it. It's boring. You do not want to go there.
Yeah,
So,
and other people can do it. You know,
yeah,
there's different people. You know, some people do love that. You know, and
yeah.
it's cool
That's
for
all
them.
they
Whatever.
need.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's you know, personally me. You know, I didn't want to go that road.
That's cool because some people go to school and they don't know what's personally best for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Other like I remember there was a nursing trend, you know.
Mhm.
Everyone's
Yeah.
going nursing. Like you go to church, nobody's at church. They're all in nursing school. So that was kind of the thing. But again, Taras, thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming
Thanks for
on.
having me, man.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Appreciate that.
I hope we kind of stay in touch and we'll see what we can do.
For sure. Sounds
All
good,
right,
man.
thank you.